We are live with some TEW. We are on the road to our March pay-per-view. That doesn't have a name. I don't know why I kind of done that in a Tim Westwood voice, but there you go. I'll turn that down because it's quite loud in the background. Decided for a bit of this because I have managed to get one air stage where I think that's enough for the night. 2 Champions League games down, 1 pumping at home to Roma, and then a narrow defeat at Parkhead. And I felt like I've not played TW this week, and I do want to try and get at least close to a year done before next week, which will probably just be a shitload of F1. So let's crack on. I don't even have a pay-per-view name, but we are on the road to it. Get the notepad out. Alright, so already have 2 matches booked. Kenny Omega against Miro, CM Punk and Unknown. I don't know who Unknown is, so Unknown to be decided. We'll take on the Lucha Bros and of course the next contender post Chris Jericho for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. So what a way to start off the stream. Let's just go straight in with Rematch City. Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho. Just get Jericho's rematch out the way straight away on free television. And then we can basically start a brand new program. Moxley will pick up the win. Chris will be unhappy. And that will be that. Put the championship on the line. Just going to quickly change the music channel. I just saw Westwood was on and put it on for a laugh to see it. But nah, the music has one. The radio station isn't on my telly, which is annoying. Alright, Calvin Harris. I think I can appreciate that. 50 certified summer bangers. hence I'll be needing Tiesto for later on. Right, so Moxley versus Jericho. Obviously, if you're going to do something like that, you're going to do a hype angle. Basically a three-man sports entertainment where you have Jericho disputing it with Jon Moxley. And of course, you would have the authority-figure Mick Foley make the match. So you'd have Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, and Mick Foley in that opening segment. I'll get all the deets for you later on. That sounds like there's going to be a lot of mods to it. See, I don't know what the situation is like if I'd be comfortable, not comfortable streaming it, but like the PC is a pretty decent PC. The problem is it's 5-year-old now, and like the only thing that's subpar is probably the graphics card, although that never got updated because, well, I was just playing TW and FM, so what was the point? Especially I'm just playing most things on my Xbox. Let's make that 8 minutes. I don't really want to stream it anyway from my side, so nah. Just try it, man. If it fucks up, it fucks up. Because I'll probably, no doubt, playing Crash at the same time and get killed by a zombie. I've tried to make sure everything's done out the way, so literally the only other thing I've got to do now is play a bit of Crash and I'll be fine. And I'll probably just play FM, well, I can't play FM on at the same time as fuck. I might just play FM on at the same time as Minecraft. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just basically have the Lucha Bros causing a lot of hassle. So Punk won't be on this show. So we will have the Wolves take on the Lucha Bros. Just continue to gain the Lucha Bros some momentum. You can just think it's hard to do as many long matches because I'm still sticking to an hour. I'm thinking this will probably be the stream we do go to, not 2 hours, but we go to a second show just to get more people tuned in. So I'm going to look at that as soon as we enter March. That's what I'm going to look at. Alright, so just what, because it's been a couple of days since I've played it, Path to Greatness. So it's fine, we've got a new champion there, that's fine. Need to find, it's fine. Fine. Cool. Right, that's fine. So singles promo, just gonna have Miro on Kenny. Give a Rusev fight. I was still going to call him Rusev, but obviously Miro, so that'll be a 5-minute promo from Barnashev. I'm also amazing that we've got fucking still put that there, so I want to do like a Jericho promo. There's one of either Jericho or Moxley. We'll go Moxley, because there'll always be a strong promo that will get us a safe rating. I need to fit Adam Cole in somewhere as well. So that'll be like our co-main. I think we have the match quickly from what transpired in the women's division, so Ali versus Chelsea Green. Get Chelsea debuting on television, apart from our obviously segments that she's had, her hype videos. So Chelsea Green will pick up the win, pinfall, and that'll be storytelling. And we'll put that in as a second match. I want to check actually, did I make that all out? That's going to be our Steal the Show match. Because what I'm thinking of doing for the second show is making it like small coverage, but coverage that covers as much as possible so we can start branching out to the other countries. Because that's, as much as we're going national, I'd like us to target international very quickly as well. So 3 more matches. I think we just have so many people not in action that are just not getting used, but it is what it is. So we'll have Chad Gable in action, because I really do want to push Gable to the moon. So Gable will be in action, and he can take on Chuck Taylor. We'll go with that. We got a 7-minute match. Gable pick up the win, because Gable's going to be an absolutely massive hand for us. I can go in there. We'll actually start that off, and then I'm going to do a chase angle. And it will basically be Cody chasing Gable to continue that weekend feud. 4 minutes. Oh, that's only let me do 3 minutes. That's fine. We'll put that in there. And this week we'll go with hype 1 minute, and that will just be because we've signed Adam Cole, baby. And that's fine. That can go before there. So pen, where is my pen? So I prefer writing it down what I'm doing, rather than notepad or anything like that. Of course, all my pens are going to be fucking lying next to my bed. That's annoying. Pencil usually sharp. So slightly determine Moxley's opponent, but we will go Cody versus Gable, and that will be another match at our March pay-per-view, which of course we don't have a name for yet. So close to 5,000 fans in the Great Lakes as well. So I'm going to wait to the end of the month to see the financial situation if we're going to go to another show, because we'll probably lose money because we won't have the gate. Oh, we would have the gate, so we won't have the TV revenue, I suppose. Let's get straight to 5k. Valparaiso, Indiana. There we go. Perfect. Run the show. Let's see how we do. So Jericho, Moxley and Mick Foley open the show. Hype angle. Jericho wants his rematch. Moxley's like, John Moxley, man, I'll put the crap at you. Mick Foley's like, it's the main event right here on twitch.tv. Jericho and Moxley both improvise well. Moxley invents a new catchphrase that boosts his ability on the microphone as if it wasn't good enough as well. Foley was great without a script. Show off to a strong start, crowd hotter. Perfect. These guys absolutely nail it. That's kind of why I want to branch them off into different storylines as well, because Jericho can then carry a program with his mic skills, and Moxley can carry one with his mic skills and his ability as well. Not that Chris Jericho's bad, it's just the physical declines taking a bit of a toll. A poor match with Gable defeat Chuck Taylor in 6.56 with a bridging German suplex, D plus 52. This got the crowd hotter again, a 35 for Chuck Taylor, a 56 for Chad Gable. Chuck Taylor, poor momentum and low morale. Makes Gable look strong. After the matchup, Cody turns the corner backstage and spots Gable, who is coming back. Gable was obviously prepared and he gets into a car. We'll just say that Roderick Strong, Axel Dieter Jr. and Claudio Castagnoli got in a car and they all just bolt it away. Terrible matchup saw Chelsea Green get the win over Ali. Why did they have her face Ali? It should have been Kylie Ray. Screw it, it builds up to the Kylie Ray match, so she gets the win over Ali. Of course, we probably should job Ali out a little bit because she's obviously pregnant, so she's going to be off television for 9 months, so, you know, steal some of her overness effectively. The good one for Chelsea, D minus 36, both ladies were 32. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Chelsea's getting better at her gimmick as well. Solid. Adam Cole was only an E plus 31, so he's not really over in this save, so that's going to be another challenge, but he'll go over with performance. Miro cuts the promo, why he's debuted in All Elite Wrestling, why he's attacked Kenny Omega. Let's be honest, if Miro did debut in All Elite Wrestling, he's like, I just want to get used correctly. Instead of being, oh, here's an opportunity for an evil foreign heel. Insert Miro and Nakamura. So a C minus 56. Co-main event was good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Lucha Brothers defeat the American Wolves in 8:43. Penta defeats Davey Richards. You can see the best man in the match. Penta, worst man, Davey, but still pretty good, B minus 76. Wolves, excellent chemistry. Crowd were buzzing, and that's where Ray Phoenix off his game as well. So happy with that. Moxley cuts a promo for his match with Jericho. That was a B plus 87. And the main event itself was a superb match. Jon Moxley defeats Chris Jericho in 14:25 with the Moxie. Jon Moxley makes defence number 1 of the All Elite Wrestling Heavyweight Championship title. B77, 83 for Moxley, 67 for Chris. One thing I want to touch on, if you were here right at the start of the stream, for the bit where it was just sitting there for 5 minutes, you would have noticed JR's retiring, so the fact we've secured the deal for Mauro Ranallo is probably perfect. So we've got Mauro on a 10-year deal, so effectively our announced team's going to be Mauro and Excalibur. So the 3-man team won't happen, but it means JR basically bows out at the right time, and that allows Mauro Ranallo to take over. Ironic, innit? Take over, get it? Anyway, good show. B78 increases popularity in 18 regions. Perfect. We're always going to be gaining pop if we keep scoring ratings like that. So, again, it's just pushing, working hard, and making sure. I don't know why I said working hard. It's not as if it's like we have to really try. I just have to book good matches. But yeah, just ensuring we keep doing what we're doing. And then hopefully, inevitably, you get to that national level. You get a bit more finances, and then you can take more risks. The pace of the save will certainly slow down when we go national, especially if we go 2 shows and then 2 hours and you're really booking a lot of stuff. Because here we're kind of limiting the booking to the main stuff just to ensure that we are getting there a wee bit quicker. So 4,627, Raw drew 7,239, that's cool. So, as I said, I'm not going to look until we get to the end of the month of what we're going to do in terms of a second show. 0.95, so a little bit down in TV. Penta doesn't like Davey Richards selling, and Billy Gunn doesn't like Davey, although Davey Richards does have a bit of a reputation. So that's the kind of reason why I want a second show, because so many wrestlers are unhappy, and if we get the money for a second show, we can utilise more people, and we can start giving out morale bonuses. 9th in the ranking though, so we need to make sure that we get that up within a year and 3 months. That's not bad. We should get the MMA crossover one pretty quickly. The company rankings one. That's the kind of reason why I want to take that risk at a second show. I'm just going to quickly, as I always do, just take a note of all the rates in the US. So we're sitting with 55 importance, 40, 45, 38, 44, 43, 53, 55, 44, 32, 32. So we're pretty much about 20 to 25 points off getting to national. The importance, the places like Great Lakes, South East, South West are going to get there very quickly. So I'll be working on those areas round about it. So that's the problem when I was in TNA. It took me a while to get there, but because I was booking on YouTube, it felt like I was never getting there because it was like cool, one show a week. But here, I'm literally doing like 4 shows per stream, so you're kind of getting up a good 2-3 points per stream. I must say as well, I absolutely hate writing my pencil. It's been that long. Let's look here. There's hopefully no WWE contracts up either. I don't want to sign them there. But they've called up Tino Sabatelli. What happened to him? He's not really been used. Tony Storm got a new contract in Eve, that's fine. She has someday, like I will probably steal for WWE in a written contract. Do you know what time it is? It's Tony time. But I kind of wait to we're in a financial position where everybody's just on a written contract, and then you've got a developmental, so you're going to have the elite talent, and then some of the AEW talent can fully develop and make a bigger impact. That's the problem when you're half pop, half performance, the people that haven't been rated as highly probably suffer, so it's to give him the best chance of getting over, and to make this a long-term save as well. But it has made it a complete fantasy save as well, because half of these guys would not have made the jump. I would think. We've got here somebody for WWE we're not going to sign, thankfully. Connor from the Ascension. WWE's going to give him a new contract. He's about 30, maybe 40. 39, aye. Well, quite happily keep that one. Although I would say if Victor's contract was up as well, I probably would take them just to give me another tag team. I don't know, for some reason I just really want to break into Japan. There's one. Well, the thing with Japan as well, if we do go there and if there's not a lot of people that are over, we can easily loan somebody in from Japan and just have them work the main event every week against somebody. Ensuring you always pass the right pop level. Nothing really affecting us there, so on to the next. It's a song I've not heard in years. DJ Sammy, Boys of Summer. There we go. Roderick winning the title there. So that's that new company that obviously debuted. As far as I say, that's not a written deal, so don't worry about that. Lady Beard is leaving DDT. Interesting. Casey Spinelli is dating Paul London. And Stacey Irvin Jr., I'm pretty sure he's left NXT. Just think he felt wrestling wasn't for him. And there we go. Do you know, I hate to just thrust them into a tag division, but since I've got 2 out of 3, and obviously Roderick's tied up, I might just make Cole and O'Reilly together, and just make them undisputed. Lazy, probably, and Cole probably deserves around the higher titles, but it allows us to build him up with overness, and because I know for a fact Jericho wouldn't have put him over, a few others wouldn't have put him over, and with the performance levels Adam Cole would have, I don't see it taking very long before he reached that pinnacle. Ultimo Dragon, I've managed to see him in person. He's in Scotland, really good. And tomorrow will also give us a WWE pay-per-view as well, which would be the one before Mania. Oh, Ali's bailed on Smash. Eric Bischoff versus PWG. So Morrow's done, and that will be him here. So I have a few shows with JR. Seymour, what did I do with him? Like, he's class, but he's 42. But then again, I speak on that, I would like some good wrestlers for Japan, and that's probably one. I'll keep it just now as not renewing, but we more than likely will. So, Mamma Mia. I know a lot of people love Morrow, I think he's alright, I don't think he's spectacular, but it's just my opinion. He's good at what he does, but not like, I don't know, just don't take to him. So, mid-carder for Kyle O'Reilly, he is debuting a Wrestle Machine gimmick, I'm happy with that. Probably would fit in that stable, but if I keep adding them into people to that stable, then it's just going to end up like the NWO, except they cannot just wrestle like hell. So, before I forget, announcers, and that's just so we add in Morrow Ronaldo. So it'll be Morrow, Excalibur and JR, and likewise here. literally for like 2 shows, and then we'll build Morrow and Excalibur. So it's going to take a bit of time to build up that relationship, but that's core, man. So WWE had the Elimination Chamber, so they settled on that. So it'll be interesting to see if we do make any financial gains here. Because obviously we keep signing people in, which is obviously written contracts, so guaranteed money. Oh, we did get WWE signed off Ziggler on a 4-year deal and a big wage at his age, which was quite well. Usually end the season, end the month stuff. This takes a wee bit of time. Alright, so we do have a good wee bit to look through here. We'll actually just go straight off and have a look at Elimination Chamber. So WWE's main event was the New Day. Is that right? That was actually the main event. Yep, so I can't scroll in. New Day defeating Big Show and Randy Orton. Imagine that for a pay-per-view next year. The Ascension were in the co-main event against Rollins and Reigns. I was going to say it was Ambrose wrestling and then forgetting, like, he's my champion. Carmella defeats Peyton Royce for the Raw Women's Championship. Sonya Deville defeated Kairi Sane for the SmackDown Women's title. Nikki Cross and Zelina Vega defeating Sasha Banks and Bayley. Anderson Gallows defeating Kendrick and Gallagher. Bryan and Rowan defeating the Revival. Killian Dane defeating Mustafa Ali. Eric Young defeating Apollo Crews to retain the championship. So no title changes, just everybody retaining. And that massive opener of Humberto Carrillo losing to Titus O'Neil. And let's just not pretend that Ricochet lost to Sunil Singh, Jesus Christ, on the pre-show. Wow. So it seems here, a lot of Raw contracts and SmackDown contracts were ending. So WWE seem to have sorted out most of them. I don't know if there are any real massive ones, to be fair. There don't seem to be too many massive companies there. As it is, main event getting one, Skybox Office, that's cool. New Japan likewise. There you go, they're getting 15,000, so it takes us, 5 shows to get what they've got in a pay-per-view. Anything else there? Direct effects? I think it's just literally every company. Yep, Impact, Ring of Honor. It's better that's all happened in the one day. Big Trouble and Little Ice Ribbon. See, I could buy them over, but it's just, it's a Joshi promotion. In Japan. And fair enough, I would absorb their size, but they're literally just running in Kanto and that's it. If I had more money, I'd basically just take all their money. Oh, Heidi Lovelace is back. We can debut her. It's time to debut. Liv Morgan is her name. So she's back, that's good. She'll debut. That's fine. Kenta, they're all done with their tours. All Japan, I'm assuming that's just tours as well. That's a mad one. New Japan offer a contract at MGF. Touring contract, that's fine. Here, if that gets him better as a performer, I am perfectly fine with that. And it'll get him some overness in Japan as well. So none of them affect us too much. And the big one, biggest profit so far, fantastic. Just give Heidi a women's division. I'm actually going to keep her as a heel, and that character I'm fine with, because she can team up with Giovanni. Can't believe I'm going to do this. It was suggested in the chat. We're going to go with it. She's going to be the cousin of Ruby Riot or whatever, Heidi Lovelace, and we're going to have Aurora Lovelace. So technically we'll pretend they're related. It doesn't have to be real, so there we go. So on Serious Matters of Finance, you can see their biggest profit margin, actually making as much money as we've made in the last 2 months combined. Not actually our biggest one, sorry, our July, was our biggest profit margin, although that was mostly on, I believe, tickets, because obviously we spend so much more on workers and show costs and that now. That's money. That's money again. Ow. So it's good. We've made 500,000 profit since the save started, so it's good. Slow profit. Let's get this show happening. So TV controls. You see I put AEW TBC recording on a Wednesday, showing on a Wednesday. So let's try and get it a network deal. So I would like to go to broadcasters. Now, as I said here, I don't want actual money for it. I just want to get us out there. That is going to screw the plan, because they are only allowing us in Southeast America, and PBS, which covers just the UK. That's not ideal. So I've got a subscription. I think we might need to run shows in these various areas before we can get over, because that subscription is just, as you can see, States and Canada. So nowhere in Mexico will talk to us. Nowhere in Fight Network, that's what I was looking for. I don't think Fight Network will take us because they've got that many shows, although it would only expand us in the UK. Well, I'm going to go for something a bit different here. We are going to run a show, and we're going to call it. It's down as an event. It's a one-off show, right? So it's going to be All Elite Wrestling, Rising Sun. It's going to be a one-hour show, and it is going to be Wednesday, 1st of March, and it is going to be active, and then it will be dormant after this. So this is going to be a one-off show that we are going to run in Japan and see what happens, just to test the waters. And we'll use our Japanese talents that we have. So we'll book AEW Tuesday Night Dynamite, and we'll just see how that Japanese show goes. Because we're not going to put it on television, so it's not. Oh, we could actually, because we'd possibly still gain pop from it if I book it in the right way. We shall see. Alright, so we're going to start off with a mega 8-man tag, get the crowd right hot, and that match is going to see Nick Jackson, Cody, Matt Jackson, if I don't forget to book him, and Adam Page. They're going to take on Cody. Well, Cody's already in it. They're going to take on Gable, Claudio, Roderick, and Axel Dieter Jr. And now we're used to Axel getting absolutely pushed to the moon in my saves. So obviously here we'll put the user character over in this one. So that'll be our opening match, and we're going to make that all out. How's it going, Matthew? How are you this evening? So that's our opener. We'll have that match that should have been in last week, which will be Smiley, Kylie Ray taking on Chelsea Green, so Chelsea can get a bit more momentum behind her. Quick match, 4 minutes, does the job. Chelsea destroys her. Storytelling. Pinfall. Can you leave the Lovelace debut for just now? Wouldn't really tie in. We've Joey Janela in action against Miro. Pretty much, yep. I've frustratingly just signed far too many WWE guys. I've just basically MD that I've felt like would be a good fit in all elite wrestling. I've just basically took them in. I know folk will say it could be a pay-per-view match. We've done the 3v3 in the February pay-per-view, so just kind of keeping the feud going between. I know I've not actually got feuds written out, but or like storylines running in the game, but we don't need that in our product. So it's basically leading to Cody and Gable and the March pay-per-view, which I don't have a name for either. So Miro gets his first win on AEW television. Blockbuster main event is going to be El Generico against Rey Fenix. I'm enjoying it. It's just something completely different. It's like I get WCW vibes from it, but in that way it's like not even bad vibes, it's just the fact here this is like something completely different. But another reason I like it a lot is pretty basic thing in the UK. It's on a Saturday night over here when they've done their shows, so that's perfect for somebody in the UK that you can sit up and watch them and sleep the next day rather than what it is with WWE. I'm going to make them steal the show. So Generico will get the win. So the way this is going to work out, I think we're probably going to go Moxley versus Owens, Steen versus Moxley, sorry, for the title, despite the fact Steen's off a lot of losses. Good job, wins and losses don't matter here. But anyway, post-match was basically, in fact, I didn't want post-match, I want save angle. Save from a 2-on-1 attack. And it was always going to be interesting how they were going to work it over here with ITV. It's just, as I say, it's great to just have an alternative, something that's going to be easy access to watch. Because obviously there's a lot of good wrestling out there, but it's all like local or subscription services, etc. So that's good. Gives a lot of talented wrestlers a good opportunity in the States as well. And the main thing is, like, we all know the hectic schedule doing WWE, the fact they're going to get well paid and a far less hectic schedule. So CM Punk will save El Generico from the attack from Penta and Rey Fenix. That will be a 6-minute segment there. So we'll put Generico in there and we'll put Steen in against Moxley. So we still need to book into that. So Omega, Miro, Punk and Generico against the Lucha Bros, Steen against Moxley, Cody against Gable. Do need to book some angles in this one. So I'm going to have a singles, in fact, tell a lie, because they're obviously not a singles act, it's a tag team. Well, not a tag team, it's a... No, I don't think we did. We had Origins, but this pay-per-view we're heading towards to for March doesn't have a name. The show we're doing next is just a trial and error for Japan, so it's technically not a pay-per-view, it's just a one-off event that's probably might show elsewhere, but I might just run it in Japan just to see how it goes. So Lexi against Adam Cole, Lexi, Demi Bennett, that's what I wanted, because that's her bodyguard. So we'll book that in there. We'll also have the hype angle for the two, we'll go cousins of Heidi and we did call her Giovanni, didn't we? No, they called her Aurora. That's right, aye. Heidi and Aurora Lovelace. And I can get 4 minutes as well. That's such a bad gimmick, man. I've put right, Janela Miro would be co-main. That's fine. And I can have Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. I get used to calling them their names in this. So Kevin Steen to Mick Foley, and make that a 6-minute angle. Basically, just Kevin Steen wants the title shot, etc., etc. So next week we'll make sure he earns it. In fact, make it an extra minute. That takes us to 65. I want to check something on Kevin Steen. Alright, that's fine. I get an idea of what I want to do. That's the thing, it's like people that you wouldn't expect to get an opportunity in such a massive stage are going to get it. I'm dreading how much we're going to lose because of the show being at like 200 odd attendance. But you need to try it. I want to try and build up. And we'll just book it in the Brownfield again because that'll hopefully keep us just close to 5,000 fans. So pretty miss show, but hopefully should just do the business and get the pop. So the 4v4 opener, decent wrestling. Also, if MDs get any names that we can give that stable. So they're called TBC because I don't have a name for them, but basically pissed off guys that just want to wrestle and wrestle what fuck basically. So that's Gable, Castagnoli, Roderick Strong, and Axel Dieter Jr. So any names you've got, let us know. Same with March pay-per-view. Any ideas again, let us know. How's he debuting his Evil Forno gimmick? He's already debuted. I don't think there's going to be glitch data on Axel Dieter Jr. And that effectively means I'll need to put him in development or sack him or something. Anyway, C64, Cody picks up the win. Variety of performances there. Roderick was the strongest. No pun intended. But yeah, pretty good. And gives Cody a bit of momentum. Relentless, that could work. Yeah. Terrible match. Chelsea Green picks up the win over Smiley Kylie Ray in 409 with Van Prettier. E plus 34, Chelsea with a 33 performance to 26 from Kylie. Promo from Lexi and Demi Bennett is a D plus 48, effectively going Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash with these two, or Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Hype package for Heidi Lovelace and Aurora Lovelace is an E29. Per match, Miro defeats Joey Janela in 10:25 with the jumping sidekick, a C-55. Janela off his game. That's frustrating that Ronaldo and Ross have good chemistry, considering JR's retiring in a month's time. Miro with a 62 performance, getting the crowd hot as well, so he could be a massive player for us going forward. Kevin Steen did not do well in the promo with Mick Foley, but he will have a match in the Japan show against. We'll see who we can get in one because we've got a bit of money that we can spend. And the main event, good wrestling, good reaction from the crowd. Generico defeats Rey Fenix in 11:57 with a brainbuster. 77 Generico, 71 Rey Fenix. Got the crowd buzzing. Very, very happy with that. And at the end of the show, 2-on-1 beatdown. Punk saves Generico. B77. We've got our possible main event for possibly AEW Relentless. Standard show B-71, the popularity increase in the States and Canada. I'm tempted just to recruit a few people for the show in Japan, just to make sure pop's good. I think I'm going to run it as kinda a pay-per-view, but not really. Eh, 44 minutes, this one. But to be honest, we've only booked 2 shows. So this is like the second show we've done the last week. March, last week of February, sorry, and the last week of March, so I missed too much, if I'm being honest. I think it should be up, if I'm right in calculating, it should be up in the next few days. This will be on demand on YouTube very couple of days. Very soon, I was going to say. Might we discover that wasn't a written deal? That's fine, because that'll be something in the future, once we figure out where we want to go. Kingpin, Trevor Lee Cadell. That's fine, that's cool. 5,000 fans, so we're only 2,500 fans less than WWE. Oh dear, is this written? Written. Right, cool. We're gonna lose Kenny? Oh no, we are actually gonna lose Kenny? And there's nothing I can do about it? Because he's more over in Japan, they can offer him money. Tony Khan. I know Toggle Smart Offer would give us more money, but because we've put we're booker, we're not owner, Tony Khan will restrict what we want to bid. Ah, fuck. So 8,360 is the most I can go to. Kenny, now you're pals with Cody in the box. What a 10-year deal. It's the best I can do in that kind of money. I'm going to go 6 years to start with, because I think they'll give him a better deal again, so we'd need to jump to 10-year deal. But we're not going to play 10 years, and two, it's Kenny, so I don't really mind if we Kenny Omega tied down to a 10-year deal. That's just because he is more over here than he is in the States. 46 in the States. Could argue Kenny's going to be main eventing in that Japan show. 0.98, that's so close to getting that 1.0 rating. And we'll give MJF, of course, a written contract. We'll give you a 4-year deal. Just the way the mod maker made it. In fact, I'm sure he's still is with in this. I don't know. I don't even think Kenny was waiting. Kenny should have just been with us. A lot of guys, pretty much most of them, were pay-per appearance. All the Bucks and all pay-per appearance as well. It was just the way the mod maker made it, the way the Who made it. Just look at his match history when he was wrestling in Noah, and so it seems he was at Noah in the start, because that's June 2019. Actually, we started the first week of June, so he's literally went to Noah straight away. This is how you look back. Oh, there you go. So literally in the second week, his time with Noah, and he'd signed with All Japan. That makes sense. It's cool. If they lose him, it just adds another twist to this and completely turns it into a fantasy mod, but that's frustrating. Anyway, as I say, we are going to the Rising Sun tomorrow night for a trial and error show. So, alliances. Alliance loan, because it's a one-off appearance. So what we want is a couple of people that are very over in Japan. That will happily put our people over. Can I bring in Himura? Obviously, like, we're going to put our talents over. Not something they would do in real life, but in this, you're damn right I'm putting our wrestlers over. I think we bring in, it's going to cost us, that's the problem. To to loan them in. And Tanahashi. What's Okada? I want to trial it. I want to see how it affects us if we can try and grow in Japan pretty quickly. I could technically bring him in, but I would just want him in the lines alone. So I think there's a few people I'm going to bring in. We'll go pretty quickly, pretty simple ones. So Tanahashi, what, they want $4,000 for him? What? Why did they want so much more for? Or did I look at Takahashi and get confused? No. I just hope they're actually available for this show. I probably should have checked that. $4,000 for Okada. I know it's really, really expensive, but let's just all go all out and bring the freedom in. I'm going to bring Taguchi as well. I don't even think we need to do a lot here, but I think I'm going to put it on pay-per-view and cover it in the States, so just making sure we kind of, we get the benefits in the US, but we get the benefits in Japan, but we also get the benefits in the US as well. There's just not going to be a lot of fans there. So I feel it would be too much of a loss financially if we do it in just Japan and we don't broadcast it. At least if we can make some pay-per-view money off it, then there's that. Again, trial and error. Right, so Clara Sinclair has had a baby boy. Dragon Gate are going to let go Yasushi Kanda. Apollo Crews is going to be a free agent. Guess we'll have to sign him then. Randy Rhodes walks out on Noah. Are they trying to sign him in a written contract? No. I've got no concerns then. But here we go, this is the trial and error show. This could affect our future. Let's give them all pushes. So Tanahashi will be in upper mid card. So obviously this is reflective to his worldwide overness. Ibushi, upper mid card. As much as I'd love to go Kenny Ibushi. Nah, could we actually? The main thing is all four of these guys are jobbing out. I don't use them all today, but why not? So we'll see how this goes down. So set broadcasters, we need to get a C63 basically, that's cool. I'm willing to take that risk. Yep, so that in the ITV box office in the US. So we are going to get a massive attendance of like nearly 500 fans. We'll start in Kanto. Basically, the economy's rising and wrestling's in a really good position in Japan, so I felt like it's a good place to try and break into. So we'll be in Shinjuku Face in Kabuchiko, Tokyo. And our main event is going to be for the All Elite Heavyweight Championships. This will be 2 countries out of 5 before it's a world title. And it is going to be Jon Moxley in action. And I'm going to give Jericho a match in here as well. It doesn't actually need to be really feuds, I suppose. Nah, we'll just probably drop Jericho out to Moxley, because I suppose Jericho would have some overness in Japan as well. 54. Screw it. No, I'm done. We'll make it co-main. So, Moxley wins. Jericho gets his rematch, and yeah, we get it as a potential world title. So that's in main event. I'm going with it. I wasn't going to, but it's a chance to put the title and give it a proper bit of prestige. Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, 24 minutes, AEW Dream Championship. Kenny's going over because it's a good chance to put him over. Slow build. Good. Kota can portray a heel, just because we kind of use heels and faces here. So that's your two main matches. You've still got Tanahashi. So I think we'll go first off with there's a Sammy Guevara. We'll have Taguchi in action. We'll have Taguchi take on. We'll have him take on Sami Callihan actually. We'll Sammy pick up the win. I think that'll steal the show. Because I want to make it a world title as well, the ladies will be in action here, so this will not be a highly rated match, but it is going to be a chance for Akira Shida to take on Lexi. We'll give them 9 minutes. Lexi will pick up the win. Everybody will freak out. Welcome back, Matthew. Storytelling, pinfall, and it'll be because of interference from Demi Bennett. So if we all remember that the Women's Championship and the World Title and the Dream Championship have all been defended in 2 countries, so that's fine. We still have Tanahashi and we still have Okada to book, so we will give them both big stellar marquee matchups, as if this is us booking Ultimate Team with that. We will have Tanahashi. Let's try to see who we could use them against. I'm going to go Tanahashi against Kevin Steen. In a 14-minute match where Steen will win because I'm horrible in booking their talents over Japanese talents, which I shouldn't do. And the final one is going to be Okada I'm tied between Gable and Claudio. I'm going to go Gable. I'm going to put Okada over. Pinfall, but I'm going to make that because of a distraction from Cody. It's a really outstanding event where I've clearly booked too much time on it. Shit, right. Sorry lads, these are getting massively cut. Forgetting I made the show just an hour, I can't change it now, and I don't want to go and edit the... Do you know? Let's do it. It makes sense. I also need to obviously take into account the time constraints we've got. So we'll give Steen somebody else, but I am quite happy to go Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, I'll change him babyface again, Golden Lovers against Okada and Tanahashi. And that will solve our time constraints. Of course, putting Kenny over Okada in Japan I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to go and say I know all this. I couldn't tell you. So we'll get a small penalty for Babyface. I'm going to put that as the main event because it's our world title, well, our soon-to-be world title, so that should be in that slot. Kevin Steen will put in action against who? Michael Nakazawa. How are you in terms of popularity in Japan? 15. But El Lindemann, 20s. I've been saying that Jay Lethal has done a couple of things in Japan. I'll go Lethal. So it's not as if Kevin Steen's going to get an easy match, but it's just to make sure he gets his win, and it's like, oh, you're number one contender. So short match because I don't have too much. Time to book. We actually only have like 7 minutes to book promos in, so in fact, this is when you do your research. We take it against person on it. Perfect. Start a show. Sports entertainment height segment, just what you want to see in front of the Japanese crowd. Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Kazuchika Okada, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Everybody in New Japan's just like, oh my god, why are you putting them in a sports entertainment angle? What have you just done? So that'll be our opener. I'm going to cut a couple of minutes for Sakura against Lexi, just so I can add the post-match beatdown and give us another angle. So that'll be her getting beat down by Lexi and Demi. So this might massively flop. It might be a success. It's just to see how it affects us in Japan. So it might go up and raise our pop in 19 regions instead of 18. But if we get a base in Japan, it's more so looking to get some sort of TV deal in Japan, so then we can continue to book in the US, but we can still have exposure. I was actually thinking as well, if I've never done it in TW so far, is maybe changing the distribution of the internet to see if that would boost those kind of places, the other regions of the world, to help that kind of growth. Because fair enough, the short term is strictly get to national, but if you can make that national international jump as quick as possible, then it can help. But here we go, this is All Elite Wrestling Rising Sun, a one-off Japan show, basically our version of Beast in the East, or whatever you want to call it. We just need to hope the matches draw because the angles are right at the end of the show. No, right at the start, sorry. I'm worried. I don't know how this is going to go. So 526 people have turned up. So obviously we don't have exactly the most over of popularity in Japan at the moment. But the announcement of the main event, Omega, Ibushi, Okada, Tanahashi, in Japanese, basically just saying we are going to have an elite match in All Elite Wrestling, gives us an A-star 96. Gets the show off to a strong start, crowd hotter. Excalibur and Jim Ross were weak. Opener, decent match. Sami Callihan defeats Taguchi in 10:15 with a Cradle Killer. C plus 66, Taguchi's gets stale. You've literally had one match in our company. Okay. Got the crowd buzzing, 64 for Callihan to the 50 for Taguchi. Does that, I'm happy with that. Terrible matchup, saw Lexi defeat Hikaru Shida in 6:57 with a Sparkle Splash. People in Japan going raging at that. During the match, we had Demi Bennett attack Shida. Lexi makes the 5th defence of the All Elite Wrestling Women's Championship. So a D-40 and a better performance from Lexi over Hikaru Shida. Chris Thanks, I think that's how that's pronounced. If not, let me know. But cheers for following, much appreciated. If anybody's wondering why we don't have any of the alerts up, basically TW is absolutely brutal to try and stream. It does not work at all with Streamlabs because of the various windows that open up within the game. I believe that will likely be the case in the new game. So I basically have to use standard OBS for anything TW related. So I apologise that those pop-ups on there. So it's the only way you can kind of work around it is basically standard OBS, monitor capture, and then just basically do a custom resolution. That's what I've done personally. I think the likes of Mildy might have done something different, mildly amusing, where he used to have the logos and that down the left and the right hand side. He does various stuff, but I found this works. It's what I use for YouTube, so as long as it's visible, people can see it, they're happy with it, then roll with it. But I just wish they'd make it a bit easier to stream. But yeah, enjoy the game, so that's the main thing. Kieran as well, cheers for the follow, much appreciated. So what I'm really doing just now is I don't want to have a lot of like short, snappy title reigns, so I'm trying to build up a couple of lengthy title reigns to start with. Once we get like the second TV deal, once we're fully national, we will look at properly sorting out each division and where we rank people in each division, because there's quite a depth to our women's division now. I would like to kind of get us in a position where, you know, this lady's here and this lady's way up here, but like a kind of ranking system type thing. Anyway, but they had great wrestling and a decent reaction. Kevin Steen defeats Jay Lethal in 9:23 with a package pile driver at B-75. That's good to see. Steen gets his win. He gets his chance against Moxley and an improvement in technical and performance skill. The good thing is, apart from the low knees, which will obviously cost us a good whack, like 30,000-40,000, so we probably will lose money in this show, but most of the other people are written deals. Steen, Callahan might not be, but Jericho, Moxley, written. I think. I know Moxley is, but we'll see. I made an arse of that. Basically, we'll just say that beatdown happened backstage, right? She went backstage, she was upset, she lost in her home country, so Demi Bennett and Lexi just put the crap out of her again, so aye, that was my mistake. That was an oversight on my behalf. Co-main event then, exceptional matchup. Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi defeat Okada and Tanahashi in 15:01 when Kenny defeats Okada with the Cross Wrath. It's one of those matches I'm hoping, because it's broadcasting in the States, really propels Kenny, so I can kind of get him off that Dream Championship. As I said, I wanted lengthy title reigns, but if I can get him close to the world picture, the better. Tanahashi, the weak link. B80 overall, pretty good, because it is a matchup that's going to be limited. We are just having 15 minutes. So Okada and Tanahashi had zero chemistry, so that's going to hamper their performance straight away and affect the match rating. But a 90 for Ibushi, 88 Omega, 61 Tanahashi, and a 72 for Okada. Ibushi improves performance skills. You can see there Tanahashi get a declining physical ability, the tag chemistry. Interestingly enough, though, it didn't come up because it's heels, faces and faces, so I don't know. Cool. That's a co-main as well. It's our main to go. And good match, decent reaction from the crowd. Moxley defeats Jericho, 15:01 with Moxley, basically just putting Mox over in another country, and just making sure Jericho's getting no way he can say, I want another title shot, when he's had 2 title matches and he's lost them both. Oh, that's actually a positive, sorry. Now, the reason I was a bit iffy there is I said popularity in 17 regions. What? We're in pay-per-view. We don't broadcast pay-per-view in Canada. So basically we've gained pop in this one region in Japan, the full of the United States, and the UK as well. That's right, forgot about that. So it looks a positive show from that perspective. Kenny, Mox, and Steen. Just compliment. I don't see the point in making people pissed off for the sake of it. We'll see what that does to Japan, if it opens up anything. That probably will need to be a couple of shows like that. But maybe once we're properly making good money at national, then we can continually run in Japan and we can take the hit that way. But I suspect we'll probably be about, I'd imagine, 60, 70,000 down. Alright, so the show was excellent, really struck gold. Matt Bloom says the WWE, that's fine. Davina Rose is developing, good, because when your contract's up, we'll put a bid in. That's just confirming Tanahashi, Okada, Ibushi, and Taguchi are gone, and the buy rate was a 0.111. So, because I put that on just normal pay-per-view, that might actually have been. So it was actually our 5th biggest best event ever. Origins is still the best one, then Path to Greatness, our last pay-per-view, 2 shows of Dynamite, and then Rising Sun, second annual All-In there in 6th place. But in terms of buy rate, there you go, yep, joint highest, that and Path to Greatness. Not bad. Obviously a lot more people's going to be pissed off because they weren't on that show, but happens, man. I'm going to have to deal with a bad locker room just now while I try and push us up. So, finances. Only because we've done pay-per-view revenue, that recovered the lack of ticket sales. That's not bad. I'm actually happy with that. Might do that more often then. Maybe like once every 2 months or something, nothing too common, because you overrun your pay-per-view, then you start to take a hit on that. That's how when I was with WWE in the YouTube save, I'd constantly go one show in the network, one show on pay-per-view, and kept switching it like that. Let's have a look then. You can see it. Kanto's up to 10, and a few places around about it are at 9, so there's been a small gain in Japan. Let's just double check that. Although this is popularity rather than importance. I'm saying that 6 and it says 9 there. I don't know if that's other positive effect. It's probably just too small a gain to really notice. But got to say, in our shows so far, we've gained in the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, New England, Southeast, Southwest, and Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Not bad at all. Oh well. On to the next. So I think tonight's stream, before we end up putting it up on YouTube in a couple of days, we'll cover this television taping, next television taping, the pay-per-view, and the television taping after. So the last thing we'll do in this episode, or this stream, too much YouTube, is basically look over the WrestleMania review. So we ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And we'll try and build a bit more of a card for the pay-per-view. But as much as I asked for in a pay-per-view name for March, if you've got anything for April, let me know as well for that. I'm probably going to ask for stuff for June and July. I don't believe AEW, I think Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen will probably just be one-off events for them, so the likelihood is we'll look to replace their names as well. And get shite imagination. The pay-per-view names popping up in this haven't been great. So we'll take them. But we'll take Relentless. We'll take NLO Frisco's. I really need to pronounce names better, but we'll take the Relentless pay-per-view name. Anything here? A couple of people got to sign up with All Japan, or New Japan, sorry. Austin Aries is something I looked at, but until we need them, there's no point. That's fine, that's fine. Eddie Edwards relocates. Oh, so that's cool, he's relocated with Alicia Edwards, that's class, that's good to see. That happens in here. Gonna check, just out of curiosity, so Demi Bennett would have had segments in Japan in that show, because she's probably somebody I would think would be the lowest overness. So how has her popularity been affected, if any? So at least she's gaining overness in the States since we signed her in. I don't think she's actually gained too much because we've probably only had her 2 months, so maybe like a game of 45. Oh no, I can. I know you can pretty much edit everything in this, but no, I want to make it a bit of a challenge, do you know? If he goes, he goes. It's just it makes it a wee bit into a proper fantasy thing, and it's that thing as well. You're kind of looking at a bit of wrestling war, so just adds a wee dynamic there. No, I don't know if that's really affected her in any way. Why do you think we've got CM Punk as a main eventer and not on hiatus throughout the business? He's in a paper appearance because they want to use him every show and he'd done far too much money. And I feel like he's somebody, if he signed for AEW, would just be strictly events only. Right, that's like MLW looking to keep him, that's fine. Actually closing in on our 1 year anniversary as well. Because I started the save in June, parallel to real life, so we effectively name those 2 pay-per-views. I'll keep Double or Nothing, those 2 I want to rename. Might change All Out, because I've just basically put All In as our WrestleMania. That's why that's sitting as 2 hours 30. That can be dormant as well. Check, so that says dormant annual. I should just put that as a special. That's better. We can maybe bring it back out of retirement if we plan to do another show in Japan. At least we know as well, like, we didn't necessarily need all the Japanese wrestlers, it just helped in that trial and error aspect as well. Right, so somehow in these next 2 shows I need to book 5 different programs. So that's going to be fun. Try to squeeze that in. There we go. Kenny has rejected us. Not even New Japan offered another contract. We should not have took it as simple as that. We should have been a bit more aggressive. So, oh well, it adds a swerve to this save. That means we can trim the roster down a little bit. It means people are going everywhere. That's cool. MJF's fine, that's fine. Pissed off at that, at the fact that it just didn't say, oh, they've offered again. So, well. I'm not going to be too disheartened about it. That's 6 days, that's fine. We've got plenty of talent to cover for Kenny. Oh, Trent. Are we going to let Trent go? Oh, Trent, over on 9 months. You do your role very well and put people over. Ah, Kenny's not going to make it to the pay-per-view. Oh well. Guess who's losing the title tonight? So that's fine. That gives us a bit of on-the-spot booking. Because Kenny will not obviously make it to the pay-per-view. You've lost the locker room. Uh-oh. Oh, Daniels is unhappy again. Shit, right, cool. So we're going to have 2 title matches. I'm going to get used to that. So we are going to have Kenny Omega, who we just put over in Japan massively, over like their best guys. And he is going to defend the Dream Championship against Miro. And this match is going to take place for 14 minutes. And we are going to have our 3rd ever Dream Champion. Miro is going to win an all-out steal the show match by submission. And then because Kenny's decided that I'm just going to leave, Kenny is going to get a 3-on-1 beatdown. So that's Kenny Omega. And that beatdown will be because of Gable, Claudio, and Roderick. I'm not bitter, honest. And that's going to be your opening segment. That's not going to be your main event. Also going to have 2-on-2 tag team action. It is going to be 2 mid-carders that are baby faces. We'll go with a team of... Let's go Kenta. Team him up with Pete Dunne. They're a pretty intimidating tag team. And they... What the hell? Why? Oh, because that's why it's on me. We're getting Daniels as upper mid-carder with Kazarian. Realistically, they're the baby faces winning this all the time, but we've got pissed off tag champions, so Christopher Daniels, you'll pick up the win over Kenta in a pinfall victory. Boom. Storytelling match, let's get the ladies in. Let's have a 3v3 women's match as we continue to bolster our women's division. And we will have Ali team up with Mia Yim and Smelly Kylie Ray as they take on the team of Lexi, Demi Bennett, and Chelsea Green. And we will have an 8-minute match where Demi will pick up the win to get her a bit more over. She pins Ali. Storytelling match, not mayhem. Pinfall, that's fine. Worry is though, I don't know of many people to contend against Lexi now. I'm going to put that in there actually. Main event, just to make sure we score that fantastic rating. What main eventers have we got? Eddie Edwards, I'm going to give him, in fact. Eddie Edwards, because he's scoring good ratings in terms of matches against Penta. And we'll have Penta win in 10 minutes. And to end the show, we'll have a 2v2 attack. And we'll have basically CM Punk and El Generico get the upper hand on Penta and Rey Fenix. So when I said I was going to have to book shows here, just to make book segments to make sure we had matches and that sorted, we've literally booked nothing. We've just kept people happy, etc., etc. 4 minutes, we need to book another angle. Let's just have a quick promo then from John Moxley on Kevin Steen, and that should 4 minutes take us. No, we're still need to get a bit more promos in. So Kenny and Miro, you'll lose 2 minutes. And that'll end up being an open challenge that was accepted, and we'll make that Kenny was accepted by Miro. Or Miro's challenge was accepted by Kenny. There we go. So I need to find a new contender to take on Miro. And we still need to bulk up probably the mid card as well. Well, this Canto's a bit more now, 287 fans there. More than the rest, but we'll stick to the States. And I want to push for that 5,000 crowd again. I actually want to push higher than 5,000. Back in the same area. If I get to, I want to try and get to double figure, 5 figures in the pay-per-view. That's what I want to try and aim for. I don't go too high. James A. Rhodes Arena. Akron, Ohio. I'm pretty sure that's where LeBron's from. So, you know, LeBron, you got to turn up there, bring your pals. Watch some All Elite Wrestling. Monday Night Dynamite. Let's go. It's Kenny's farewell night. Unless Kenny's available for next week's show, then he's just going to get utterly jobbed the hell out of it. But 5,259 attend, and Kenny comes out and says that he is going to take on Miro for the Dream Championship. C-58, Kenny improvised poorly. And that match was decent. Miro defeats Kenny Omega in 12:25 with the Accolade. And he wins the AEW Dream Championship. C-65. Steal the show match, so buzzing. The crowd were amazed by it. Kenny a 69, Miro a 53. Miro maybe can't go all out like that. Both guys struggle with the pressure, plus Miro with stamina. Kenny's then attacked by Gable Castagnoli and Roderick Strong to D49. Got the crowd hotter, and that serves you right, Kenny, for walking out on us to go into Japan. It's only a 2-year deal anyway, so effectively we can buy him back in 2 years. We'll have plenty more money, and we'll be over in Japan hopefully by 2022. Terrible matchup saw the Lexi, Demi Bennett and Chelsea Green defeat Ali, Mia Yim and Kylie Ray. 7:35. Demi Bennett picking up the win with the Riptide. D42. Let's have a look here. Performances. Mia Yim done well. Very impressed by the heel side. Lexi with the best in-ring performance. Demi next, and then Chelsea. So that's good. I'll be honest, considering it's a pop/performance product, I thought Lexi would struggle, but she's been really, really good. Tag titles on the line. Decent wrestling, little heat. The Addiction defeats Kenta and Penta. Kenta and Pete, not Penta. And 11:23, Daniels over Kenta with the last right. Second defence, weak link was Pete Dunne. Maybe not as particularly over as the rest, but unhappy locker room leaders, that's why we've given them the belts. And a win here will certainly boost the morale of Christopher Daniels. I do want to mostly push the younger talents, but some veterans do need to go over for morale purposes. Moxley's promo on Kevin Steen was a B+86. We'll have some from them next week. And a good wrestling match with decent reaction from the crowd. Penta defeats Eddie Edwards in 10:01 with the Pentagon Driver. A B-76, an 80 for Penta, and a 56 for Eddie Edwards. Good main event. And that 2v2 attack, Punk and Generico attacking the Lucha Bros, was a B-73. CM Punk and Berry's gimmick. DJ Mike is in the area. Everybody, if you can, do the DJ Mike face. Yes. What do you think of Kyle Lafferty if that happens? B-74, increasing their popularity in 18 regions. Solid. What messages? I've replied back to most of them in Xbox. If you've sent something today, forget my Xbox literally runs in the background with it because I always watch the telly for it. See, this is what happens when you don't use Twitter anymore, DJ. Alright, let's have a look. 5,259 fans was good. Raw was 7,000, so we're only like 1,000 odd behind WWE. We're catching. Right, so 0.97, Kenny likes Pete Dunne, but Kenny, you're leaving, so your opinion is irrelevant. Ali, do I let her go? Just on the basis, let her go when she's having her. Well, she's not really in a written contract, so we'll keep her on a paper appearance, a 1 year, 6 month deal. More so because I know after 6 months we might be able to use her again. That's fine. 30 days she's in maternity leave, but it's not bad. I like that. Puerto Rico and Hawaii's up too, so hopefully, with a couple more shows to book tonight, we could possibly see Puerto Rico and Hawaii maybe hit 35, 36. Don't get me wrong, we only need 8 of the 11 regions, but if you can get as many up there as possible, you don't want to have 1 or 2 hanging behind and another one just doesn't get over, you're panicking. I missed it last night, DJ, but we actually done an FM stream and I played 1 match. Nah, that's a lie. We done the end of the season, I done my full pre-season on stream, which was mostly selling people because I've just put the youngsters through. And I've done the first 2 Champions League qualifiers last night against Valletta, where we won 11-0 in Bran. And then the day I played Sparta Prague, I beat them. And then I beat Midgetland. Then I get pumped off Roma. And I lost 1-0 to Celtic. But I've won like 24 straight in the league. That's a weird one. Lacey Evans. She's only 29. What I'm going to do with her, I'm going to shortlist her, let her sign with WWE, and I'll maybe pick her up in 3 years' time. If we're still playing, which I hope we would be. Trent extends his deal, that's fine. And that's just him talking about Martina. Martina's one basically with scouting as well. Because a lot of people I'd love to bring in, but there's no point. You may as well let them develop elsewhere, and then you kind of have that drive to progress further in the save as well, because then cool, I get to be. Did you ask you about that? I don't think it is. I think there's some substance to it, and I'll give you my reason why there's some substance to it. Guy clearly isn't wanted at Rangers. The guy's clearly made enough money, so money shouldn't be a problem. He's moving from Glasgow to Motherwell, so it's only 20 minutes. So he doesn't really technically need to move, just needs to drive in. Worked with Robinson at Northern Ireland. He's seen at Hearts, he thrived in a role when he was the main man. He'd be the main striker at Motherwell. And everybody would be playing off him. Fits the 4-3-3 target man. And the biggest one that gives it away, that makes me think it's happening. Maurice Ross liked a tweet on it. Why would the youth coach like a tweet on it? If there wasn't some substance to it. I don't think it'll be a permanent deal. I think it'll just be a loan, but I'd take it, man. The problem is his record's absolutely phenomenal at Fir Park, so I'd be expecting him to score 20 goals a season. Because all he did was score at Fir Park, admittedly against us, but nah, I'm for it. Get Lafferty in, get a winger in, another striker, maybe a central midfielder in the loan market, and I think we're set. Maybe a bit worried at the back, but that's the thing. But there was a wee rumour a wee while ago about it, like March or something. Makes sense. Good to know we're on the same page, but the rumour kind of jumped out last night. That's fine. Ali signs a new contract. Good. The problem is, I don't think we need a starting centre. I think we just need depth. One of the boys I talked to in Twitter, one of the Rangers fans, was asking me how we're going to spend the Turnbull money, and I'm like, manager won't see a penny of that. That money will go towards writing off the debt, the infrastructure of the club, and basically ensuring we've got a future in case that we don't sell a player 1 year. I was shocked when I said to him, like, we don't pay anywhere near the money Kilmarnock do. We literally have like a bottom 3 budget. He's like, you know what, I push for the top 6? I'm like, I'd love to, but realistically we need players that are in little money to drastically overachieve what they're getting paid. Right, Ricky Morton retires. Jerry Saggs retires. Randy Orton is on loan to NXT. I'll just quickly see how bad this takeover was. Gargano versus Muhammad Fahim. Alright. That's actually worrying. They're getting more people on TV watching what we're getting a pay-per-view, so there's still a long way to go. But we'll probably benefit quite financially this month with 2 pay-per-views. Unless the second show's severely hampered. I probably need our winger eye, because you're pretty much, as you say, Gaboli, Hilton. Long could play as a winger or a striker. He's apparently versatile. I'm optimistic for next season, but I don't think like it's going to be like top 6 or anything. I think it'll just be 7th or 8th and maybe a decent wee cup run. Nah, too injury prone for me, man. No, it's fault, just a wee bit too injury prone. Nah. Well, the thing you need to remember though, Donnelly was kind of contracted, so obviously we need to keep him, but Mbulu gave that option. I think if Donnelly was in a 1 year deal, he would have went. Nothing they're affecting us badly. Just a lot of people seem to be relocating. Kenny's gone. We'll catch you down the line, Kenny. You go be a star in New Japan, and we'll see you down the line. I'm going to quickly jump to the toilet and then we'll book our go home show. DJ, I'm pretty sure you were one of the people that gave him stick. I think we offered him something, but sometimes you just get offers elsewhere that You want to try it? I don't begrudge him. Sometimes you just need change, both for a club and a player perspective. B. Priestley was brought into Wrestlers Court, accused of saying Daniels has got to buy drinks. From alcoholism, well done, Daniels. Hey, Lady Paris, how you doing, man? I don't know, man. We'll need to get Jamie on that one, I think you have. Alright, so you can see here, Daniels is unhappy, locker room leader. Seema's unhappy, locker room leader. Lethal's unhappy, locker room leader, and Emi Sakura. Alright. Give me 2 wee seconds, I'm just going to note that down. So that's Daniels, Seema, Sakura, and Lethal. Guess who's getting a push going forward? So we are going to start off with a match in the women's division. And it is going to be Emi Sakura in action against Chelsea Green. Nyla Rose. 4-minute match. Emi Sakura with a win. Storytelling. Pinfall. She has her gimmick. She has her name. She is not Giovanna or Giovanni, whatever. We have called her Aurora Lovelace. She is the cousin of Heidi Lovelace. It's wrestling. It doesn't have to make sense. They say the Edge and Christian were brothers. They're not. It doesn't have to make sense. So, Emi Sakura versus Nyla Rose. We're then going to have a contract signing attack. We'll just have Mick Foley has decided that it is going to be a rematch from a previous event where Mia Yim will challenge Alexi for the Women's Championship. So that'll be a 6-minute segment in there. So I'll just put that in as Yim v Alexi. We're going to have an 8-man tag. 4 versus 4. We are going to have all the tag teams and about it. The Wolves and the Bucks are going to team up and they're going to take on the Addiction, and they're also going to take on Claudio Castagnoli, and they're going to take on Roderick Strong. That has the potential to be absolutely incredible. 14 minutes, that's how long we're going to give it. And Daniels will pick up the win over Eddie Edwards because Davey loses all the time, so we'll do that. Still the show, 8 men should be able to be spectacular, and that means at the March pay-per-view, Relentless, which I've still not entered yet, tag titles will be on the line. It will be the Addiction defending against the Bucks, against the Wolves, against, to be confirmed, we don't have a tag name for them yet. So that's booked in. That's 6 matches then, 5 matches, because Miro. What we'll do with Miro is we'll have a match where Shawn Spears will be in action. So if you ever wanted to see Ty Dillinger versus Rusev, this is your chance to see it. 7-minute match, and that is going to be for the All Elite Wrestling Dream Championship. Miro picks up the win by submission. Save angle, since I love doing these, it is going to be Hangman Page that will take the save on Shawn Spears from Miro. Reason behind that, obviously, another part of the. I suppose they're all friends. Suppose Omega and Page would be quite good pals, so pretty much just booking that in. So then you've got Hangman Page versus Miro for the event. And let's go all out with a major 8-man tag main event. Let's put every major match that's in the pay-per-view on this card. So we're going to have Jon Moxley teaming up with El Generico, CM Punk and Cody, and they will take on Kevin Steen, the Lucha Bros, and Gable. I think she'll leave. Well, it's hard to. I really don't know. WWE could offer her all these promises and a shitload of money, and it's a lot to turn down. It's a tough one. I'll have Moxley pick up the win as he pins Phoenix. Because that's the thing, you read all this stuff about the dirt sheets and all that, but it's on the internet, man. What's the chance of it being true? Very unlikely. I just, to be honest, at the four of them, I don't really get her. Obviously, like, and I'm not just saying this because she's the man at the moment, but for day one, even in NXT, I was like, Becky, aye, just something about Becky just grabbed my attention, like she is the one out of that four. And then when I saw her doing that Irish jigging thing, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, what have he done there? I'll have CM Punk cut the promo on Penta. Alright, so 3 minutes, co-main event and start 4v4. Start the hype with. Have these really been used? It's on the event. Nice and simple one, because I've not really booked them. End of the day, mate, you have to be a recycled act of something else in WWE to make it work. Well, I've Adam Cole start the show, just confirming I'm actually here in AEW, by the way. I'll be making my debut real soon. Because I've already technically had him in one angle. So there's no harm in having him in another. So we'll refrain from the Great Lakes. We'll try and see if we can get 5,000 in the southwest. Obviously, I should really be looking at spillover, but I'll have a look. This is your Go Home Show from the Firestone Fieldhouse in Malibu, California. See, this is what's worrying me here. Wrestling industry, economy, falling. Could maybe start running shows in Canada, actually, because they're pretty much surpassing where it is, and both are rising. So don't be surprised if we start running out of Winnipeg, you idiot. Mexico's rising as well. The UK is in a really good position. Again, we just don't. Maybe I actually should go to the UK. Maybe instead of Japan, I should went to the UK because we've got pay-per-view there. So, but Japan, great wrestling industry that's declining, and their economy's rising. Central Europe's good, but difficult to get television shows in this. And Australia is in the shit. So here we go. This is the go home show for AEW Relentless. Remind me to fill in Relentless after the show. Boom. 4,989, just under the 5,000 attendance. Adam Cole cuts his promo, debuts as an egomaniac with an above average rating for that. And it was a C-55, so Adam Cole baby is here. Emi Sakura defeats Nyla Rose in 3:30. E29, both ladies pretty poor, cooled the crowd a little bit, but it's just two ladies that haven't been built up, and Sakura I need to kind of put over. Mia Yim and Lexi have their contract signing with Mick Foley. Basically a bit of a brawl here. Mia Yim will bring a good match out of Lexi, so really happy to give her the chance. D43, Mia Yim, underperforming, not quite at the overness level of the other two. But they had decent wrestling and didn't have much heat. Miro defeats Shawn Spears in 706 with the accolade. It's his first title defence. Shawn Spears is a very good hand to have to put people over. Seems to be true to real life, but it just is a knack to make people look good. And there's a C-57 for that. Getting beat down by Miro and the save from Adam Page. Only got the E plus 35, but builds up to a match, gives us something for Relentless. Your co-main event has brought an injury. Cesaro or Claudio has a dislocated toe, so we may need to change that up a little bit. But decent wrestling. The heels pick up the win. Daniels over Edwards in a C61 match. Performances ranging from the best, Roderick Strong, 68, to the worst. Oh my word, Christopher Daniels only the 44? What the hell has happened to Christopher Daniels? Ugh, that's really worrying. Is that physical decline just destroyed him now? Punk's promo on Penta get a B plus 86. It did get the crowd a bit hotter for the main event, of which drew a C plus 70. Not amazing. That's because I made a stupid error and didn't take out a slow build because I took it under 16 minutes. So that's an error by me. That would have probably drew, I'd imagine, a 73, 74, much higher than that. That's just stupidity for me. Changed too much. So we should still gain pop, but stupid rookie mistake. Good performances all round. All the heels were good. Gable's at a 58, he's still progressing. Cody's a 60, but the rest of the faces were in a good position. 85 Punk, 85 Moxley, 75 Generico. I'm happy with it, but it's a stupid mistake by me. C plus 68, so it is a much poorer show, but thankfully we still gained pop in 18 regions, so it didn't end up hampering us in the long run. Here's a question for you, DJ. Have you watched any All Elite Wrestling? If not, get your ass on YouTube and get watching. We're on St. Paddy's Day. William Regal to resign. That's cool. I'd love to bring William Regal in, but retired in this. Fairly over. But trouble with the law in the past rules him out signing. Tony Khan wouldn't have it. I think we said if Razar was free, if Aiken was free, we're going to sign Razar, so I'm pretty sure the other one's on our shortlist. How long's that deal? 2 years? Let me just check. Shortlist. I think she was like the female wrestler of the year or something. She was really promising, that's why they've got her. Hmm. So he signed his contract in November, so there is a good gap between them. He's shortlisted, isn't he? Right. So what we'll do is we'll let him re-sign, and then the next time Razar's contract up, we'll sign him, then we'll sign Acom, because AOP could be a massive signing. So 0.97, Moxley doesn't like Davey Richards, and let's see how bad the injury is, the dislocated toe for Castagnoli. Interesting fact, I've got a dislocated finger permanently, because I didn't think anything of it, and I can't put it back into place because it's been that long now, so yeah. Little random fact for you there. 6 days, he can continue to work, so he'll be fine, he'll take part in that match at... Yep. Just like popped up AEW in March, is the only reason I remembered. So AEW Relentless, 2 hours. Oh, DJ asked you if you'd watched AEW and you just kind of blanked me. What's that all about? Oh my god, Jamie's actually at this. As in Jamie Griffiths, fucking hell. I don't think Punk will go, but I don't know. Punk's a weird one. Sometimes I think, and then he says something, and then it's like, is he playing people? That's the thing about wrestling, you're always going to have that optimism and belief. I think what I'll do is I'll wait. I'll kind of keep it realistic. So after all, the third annual All In, I think that's when we'll just get a second show, even if we're national at the same level. If we're still running 2 shows, go for it, man. I don't want to do it now because it's effort. Water could be another option eventually down the line. Who's the WWE extension with? Selena Vega. Not bad, not bad. Again, a couple of relocations. Isaiah Kennedy, I probably would sign him. Something I want long term because the clip I saw at Private Party, I'm quite interested to see how they go. I think there's a good bit of potential there. But we'll hold off just now and just hope I remember to give him a contract down the line, or at least re-sign him when we eventually have developmental. I do believe I've probably went too much with big signings rather than just built up what we had, and I think I've just tried to play it too safe with getting the big ratings. Big Match John? Do we try and bring in Big Match John? See, this is where you're freaking out, DJ. We've literally been back since Wednesday. You forget as well. Where are they next week? They're away to Northern Ireland for the week. So, there's plenty of times in the evening they can do the media stuff. So I think all the interviews will be next week. I think you'll get a lot of content from Motherwell with Grant Russell on that. Right, 15,900, 18 months John Cena. John, we will give you 26 grand. We won't even give you a non-complete clause. Ah, well, there you go. John Cena, he's loyal, so that's fair. Big Match John is not an option. So it's good. Semi-realistic. Nah. Cena with WWE for life, so that's a hell of a realistic. That's fine. Just a few more relocations. It's amazing how different the streams are going to be next week. So this is quite laid back and chilled, and then next week you're probably talking we're going to be in like a 50% Grand Prix. So it's going to be hectic, go, go, go. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll say the career mode next week. Just going to do 50%. Because I need as much practice as I can for VFL. I want to get good at the game. I want to try and at least get somewhere rather than just being the back marker. So I'm going all in. So a few retirements. William Regal resigns. Taka Michinoku resigns. That's fine. So as we're about to do our pay-per-view, I just want to go over a few things here, and that's just the titles. So we've had 4 Dream Champions already since November, so that's not ideal considering we're just in March. Pete Dunne lost the championship to Sami Callihan, who lost it to Kenny, who was going to get a long push with the title, but because he's gone, he's been replaced by Miro as your Dream Champion. He's not been on TV since he won it, but our Junior Champion is Sammy Guevara, so he'll probably have a match for that championship on Relentless. That's an E plus 32. The tag champs are the Addiction. Previously we've had the Lucha Bros and the Wolves, so 2 pretty good tag teams so far. It's a 3rd good one. They've had the titles since January. Women's Championship was won in November, and after 2 title defences from Britt Baker, it's been a pretty good lengthy reign. That's November, December, January, February, March, 5 months nearly for November to December, it's 4 months reign, sorry, my bad, for Lexi, and your heavyweight champion, 2nd champ, after a good reign to February from Chris Jericho. Jon Moxley reigns as the All Elite Wrestling heavyweight champion, prestige of that title, B plus 85 at its peak. So a lot of people are pissed off, a lot of people are going to be even more pissed off when we don't get in this show, but this is All Elite Wrestling Relentless. Let's go. It's good as well, we're only missing Tommaso Ciampa, so everybody's now like pretty much good to be here, which is good. You can see as well Chris Daniels is not unhappy, that's good. And El Generico helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine and started an impromptu pre-show competition. His melody of power ballads apparently stole the show. I hope he just went, "Se bieno." I actually could have DJ, but the money was just probably going to cause his financial ruin. Maybe eventually, I don't see why not. So, just putting in our 2 pay-per-view deals for the Bright House Network and ITV Box Office. And I'm going to book the show in the Great Lakes because I want to push 10,000. I want to get that 5-figure record attendance. We'll try and find somewhere that's a hotbed, see if we could push into 11. I'll go ballsy. Madison, Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Let's try and go for 10.6. Let's see what we get. So main event will be for the All Elite Wrestling Championship, Heavyweight Championship. These matches can be longer because it's a 2-hour show rather than what we had in Japan. Not CM Punk. It is, of course, Jon Moxley, and he will take on Kevin Steen. Steen's minor positive, Jon Moxley major positive, so he's on a good run of momentum. Give him 21 minutes. Gotta go Moxley. Can't even lose in the title. Pinfall. Slow build. Main event is booked. Opener for the Dream Championship. Adam Hangman Page will take on Miro. Nice simple 10-minute match. Dream Championship. Miro picks up the win with a submission victory. truly getting over the accolade. And All Elite Wrestling, next up is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. So that is 4-way tag team. And that is, of course, the Young Bucks, the Wolves, the Addiction, and Claudio and Roderick. But we like to keep our veterans happy here, so it's going to be a 14-minute match. And Christopher Daniels will pick up the win as he defeats Nick Jackson. Tainted on that, and that'll be the tag titles on the line. It's good nobody's been unhappy so far. So that is booked. So that's you're booked, you're in, and you're in. That's fine. Next up, we're going to have the grudge match. Cody against Gable. And I'm going to use this as Gable's breakout match. So 15 minutes, all out. Gable wins, pinfall. Nothing dodgy about it, just an utterly immense match. Cody won't argue because we're Cody. So using the fact that we're the user character to our effect, so Gable will get the win there. So that's booked in. So that is 1, 2, 4. 2 more matches, then we'll add a couple to make the card even more solid. Women's Championship on the line, as I say, that would be Mia Yim in action as she takes on the champion Lexi. Same old story, I think. Oh, in fact, no, we'll change it. We'll change it up actually. Mia Yim will pick up the win. Mia Yim will pick up the win via a DQ finish, and that will be because of a botched interference where Lexi. It would be mad. Would absolutely be mad. Also say as well, if anybody's looking for really good content to watch in terms of AEW interviews or just wrestling interviews, I don't know if any of you guys watch them, but Chris Van Vliet's stuff's absolutely immense. Really enjoy his stuff. Fuck off, Lexi, right? She's beating you, but DQ. Enjoy it. Alright, so that's that booked in as well, which means the only match that isn't on the card is the co-main event, which is the 2v2 tag team match. Is of course CM Punk teaming up to take on the Lucha Bros. He's teaming up with El Generico. And of course, we'll try to get him over as much as possible. We don't want a big face in the main event, so 15 minutes. El Generico picks up the win over Penta. Pinfall, simple match, co-main event. Still 60 minutes we can add to the pay-per-view, so let's get some people happy and get them on the show. We are going to have just a random match that we'll see Jay Lethal in action. And Jay Lethal can take on Chris Jericho. Because Jericho doesn't have... In fact, actually, scrap that. We'll have Sammy Guevara against Flamita. Yep, Cody was one I enjoyed. This Tony Khan one I really enjoyed as well. One I couldn't get over. I didn't watch all of it, but the bits I saw, good like the first 20 minutes. The one with Dasha Fuentes was really good. Like how that is who she is compared to that's who WWE portrayed her as was just like what? Why she got all this feisty character, a really bubbly character, and WWE basically had her as a robot. So the plan is kind of building up the show with that. I'm quite happy with that. So what I was going to go is basically a 1v run off. That's an impression. That's the wrong one. AEW will be on TV in October. DJ probably ITV or ITV4 over here. So we're definitely getting it. Yeah, so it's going to be basically Jericho's going to be moaning, complaining, and he's going to be chased off by Jay Lethal. So that's going to be that promo. So that's the one I thought at the last minute, and I thought that's a fucking great idea. Let's get that in. To get people hyped, you don't start off with TV. Well, it's not even you start off with a couple of these single shows, and then you get a TV deal, and then you build for there. Two v one. Mia Yim's going to suffer against Alexi and Demi. I'm basically just trying to stall this as much as possible before the inevitable turn from Demi Bennett. That's fine. This is more so to see who we're not using. We could probably Adam Cole. I want something with him. So Adam Cole is the worker who's just talking with Mick Foley, and he says, you want something, then we're going to give you, at one point, Pete Dunne. So that, if we just quickly get to the notepad, will be in April. So already our April pay-per-view is going to see Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. I just prefer writing it down. So I've got an idea. I'm just going to start the show with a pre-match special entrance for Miro. If Ronda becomes available, we might look at our DJ. So I kind of just sign people with WWE. They need to have their contracts running it, then I can poach them. But if they've got good overness, then we certainly look to go for them. John Moxley on Kevin Steen, just making sure we have a fucking stellar promo. Welcome back again, Matt. I actually have too many other angles I need to put in. We're going to have one where we have a promo, and we'll have Cody cut it on Gable. I'm going to add one more match actually. That was Christian. Just basically keeping locker room leaders happy. It's going to be Sema in action. Basically keep him happy until he goes. I'm going to give him Sami Callihan. That's the thing, it's like it's a good tag match that you could put in pay-per-view and folk like, oh, fuck, I'm buying that, you know? That's what I went with, I just felt like that'd be immense. Will Sami put him over? Will Sami Hill? Thank you, Sami, that's what we want. Just to keep him happy. So that is your All Elite Wrestling Relentless card. 14 segments of hopefully a really good pay-per-view. Hopefully a money spinning pay-per-view, and hopefully the first pay-per-view that takes us to over 10,000 fans in attendance. So without further ado, GR's last pay-per-view with All Elite Wrestling. Just making sure everything's in order. This game? Nah. I don't know what price it is now. Maybe because they always have sales for it every so often. I imagine it'll be about 20 quid, but because there's so much in depth, there's like an old version that's free. 2005 is free, EWR is free, but there's going to be a new version in the first part of 2020, or potentially the tail end of this year, but I'd imagine more so next year. And you can just convert the mods, so basically you've got present day straight away, or the Attitude Era, or whatever era you want to play, or the Canelverse, of course. Well, they don't do the actual database. The database is done by like the community, because it's a fictional database for obviously legality reasons. But the community, the couple of guys do fucking great jobs, and you get monthly updates that Studio Vostro. The likes, I'm just going to name just Fleesh and the Who, because that's the two I'd always normally have used. But there's plenty of other people like Matt Shannon, Janedai, plenty of other people, off the top of my head, I've not been on the forums in a while, but so many guys that just put so much time and effort into making these mods and making them as close to real life and as accurate as they do. I mean, you just need to look at databases like FM and all that, and you think there's easily, a good couple of thousand wrestlers on here, and that's not a lot of free time you're getting if you're editing that amount of stats and try to make it as accurate. So my hat goes out to them. So we start the show just under 10,000, but disappointed there. Wanted to crack that 10,000, not to be in this occasion. C-57 for the champ coming out to a strong start and getting the crowd hotter. The opener was probably one of Page's best matches so far. Decent wrestling, but didn't have a lot of heat as Miro defeats Adam Page in 9:49 with the accolade, second defence of the Dream Championship. Good chemistry, got the crowd hotter, 38-63. DJ, you would not last as WWE. You literally have to book 4 shows a week. It's fucking demanding. I think Vince McMahon stressed his hair out, mate. Wait till you see what you'd be like. As soon as I was WWE, I was like, main event, away, other shows, away, and then just try to keep the roster happy. I can barely keep this roster happy, but WWE is fun. It's just because obviously there was no competition at the time and you just were making money. There was no challenge. This is like not as much a challenge just now, but it will be a challenge when a proper war happens. Especially in future mods when they probably are a bit more kinder to AEW's size and finance, because I feel this is a bit low on that, but that's what it is. Match at Subpar Wrestling in Little Heat. Sammy Guevara defeats Flamita in 10:16 with the Shooting Star Press. First title defence for the junior champion. A D47, both guys. Pretty decent performance, it has to be said. Cody cuts a promo for his match against Gable. That's a C+69. And the match itself was just a disappointing C-57. Both guys didn't click. And it made for an awkward bout. So despite it being all out and Gable picking up the win in 14:42, it is a bit of a disappointment there for that match. And stamina for Gable, really? Realistically, what do you think AEW will look like in a year? It's really hard to say. It is, because you don't know how television's going to go. And they could have some amazing plan for another couple of pay-per-views before next June. How do they counter WrestleMania? Do they do anything around at that time? It's impossible to say. I honestly couldn't even speculate. But that's the good thing. There's so many ways they can go, and there's probably going to be a good few WWE contracts that I would assume would be expiring as well. Adam Cole is shown speaking to Mick Foley, requests his chance. So basically just Cole says, I want a fight, where you going to put me in? And then he says, shoot against Pete Dunne. So that's D+49, and we'll work towards that over the next month. Decent match. Cena defeats Sami Callihan in 9:31 with a roll-up. Cena was off his game. C-53 is not too bad, because yes, the thing is, Sami here had to be protected, and he's still putting out a 67, so it might be worth pushing him towards the main event. Women's Championship, terrible match. Mia Yim defeated Lexi in 9:56 by DQ. Remy? This is not Remy Matthews. Demi Bennett accidentally hit Lexi, so D37 just kind of giving her an excuse that she lost here. Mia Yim is off her game, so pretty poor from Mia with a 32, but he keeps the title on the champ. And in the beatdown, E+31 is what it is. Still growing. Decent matchup in the tag division. Not a lot of heat. The Addiction defeat the Buxtables and Castagnoli and Strong in 14:04. Daniels defeating Jackson by pinfall after uniform object. The third title defence for the Addiction, C+67. Excellent chemistry and great chemistry there for the couple of tag teams. Claudio was slowed down a little bit, and he was the weakest link here. I'm still gutted. I could have signed Cassius Ono literally before we signed Castagnoli, and I could have had the Kings of Wrestling. But as it is, and I feel this wee stable could allow Castagnoli to break out eventually. Jericho's complaining promo and then Lethal chasing him off got a C64, so that's obviously going to build to something for April. So Jay Lethal versus Jericho, let's book that in. So that's not bad, that's 2 matches already penned in for the April event. Your co-main event at Superb Wrestling and Good Heat is CM Punk and El Generico defeated the Lucha Bros in 15:27 when Generico defeated Penta with the Brainbuster. Fantastic match, 4 good performances. Punk just at the top end. Penta's just a solid guy to have here. Negatives, just Excalibur. Wonder if there was a proper storyline behind that, if that would push that a bit higher. Maybe someday it pops up. That's why I brought him in. Moxley's promo was at A91 on Steam. Just saying, you're never going to take this title away from me. I've worked whatever hard and whatever to keep the title and to gain it. And superb wrestling match, great heat. Moxley defeats Steen in 21-25 with the hook and ladder, third title defence. Steen off his game, 84 for Moxley, 70 for Steen. It's just good to be getting those kind of ratings without storylines. So when I eventually can be bothered to do storylines, actually in game, then we could hopefully reach like, well, I don't know. I've only really done popularity companies, popularity products. So I don't know if I could maybe do like say a 90-minute match or whatever, and we end up getting an A-star. We'll see. Anyway, BA popularity in every region we were in, so we actually could get away with booking it in other countries because that'd give us 17 regions. It just wouldn't give us the attendance gate. So we will go CM Punk to keep him happy, Penta and Ray Phoenix just to try and keep everybody good. So we'll praise them. Punk's pleased, Penta's very happy, and Ray Phoenix was pleased. But overall, I would say that is a massive success. But as I say, we'll book the first show on the road to the April event, and we'll just go through until the 1st of April so we can reflect over WWE's booking of WrestleMania as well. As I say, it'll be interesting to see what AEW does run about Mania time. Like if they would run a show in New York. I swear I thought I saw it said Ricochet's contract, and I was like, yes, straight away, but no, not to be the case. But 9,968 fans struck gold with the show. Good to see more fans than CMLL. We're getting rid of that person. Ring of Honor get 3,301. Nothing else there that directly affects us. The buy rate can be over a 0.11. No, it was actually down to a 0.09. It's probably because we have booked 2 pay-per-views in 2 weeks, so I think that's probably affected that a little bit. Because obviously taking into account the game would think, this is it's the people spending a bit much money on 2 pay-per-views, but because of that, pay-per-view revenue is higher than it's been. Ticket sales are up, a show to go. Although you could say worker costs are already at an all-time high nearly. Let's crack on anyway. I'm just dreading how bad Mania is going to be. An AI booked Mania. That'll be no bad. As soon as we get to June, I imagine it's going to take me a month in real life to book and stream a year worth in game. It's not bad. Main event is the other one. Because it will be, honestly, between the 4th of July and the 22nd of July, there'll be a shitload of streams. Mostly F1, but there'll be some FM, there'll be some TW. 2 weeks off work, so a lot of streams. GR has left the building. He is retired for good, so he is out the business, and we have a new announced team of Excalibur and Moro Ronaldo. So I used to run it, DJ, Raw, SmackDown, Women's Revolution, so it was 3 shows a week, 3 2-hour shows a week, and we also added in 2 pay-per-views, for one for the Raw brand, one for the SmackDown brand, to keep as many folk happy as I could. So we will have Pete Dunne in action. Pete Dunne can take on Evil Uno, somebody that's not been on the show in a while. Match will be 8 minutes worth of action, and Pete Dunne will pick up the win in this match. But then we'll have a promo, and that promo will be Adam Cole disputing how he's going to beat Pete Dunne at the April event. If anybody's got any ideas for the April event, again, let us know, and we'll take anything into consideration. Main event is going to be slightly close to what we had at the pay-per-view. It's going to be Jay Lethal and CM Punk taking on Chris Jericho and Penta. But Ray Phoenix, I'm more comfortable with Ray Phoenix taking L's. So 14-minute match, and we'll have Lethal hopefully go over Jericho. Come on, Chris, put him over. Good man. DJ, it's 2020. Why the hell would we use Kane? I could have signed Kane. I think he's a free agent, but no, we're not bringing in Kane to All Elite Wrestling. We are going to have a tag team match in the women's division. The big debut is happening. Hope everybody's hyped and ready for this one. It is going to be a defeat for Ali and Kaylee Ray. It's so many happy, smelly people as they lose to Aurora Lovelace and Heidi Lovelace. The 2 cousins are in and are dominating. So Heidi will pick up the win on Ali because Ali is out of here. Storytelling and pinfall. And what we'll do is, after the match, we will have a promo, and that will just be the 2 of them explaining why they are in All Elite Wrestling. We will also have a hype package for Chelsea because she's not on television. I'm going to have to see what baby faces we can get in the women's division because I've kind of bulked up the heel side because we were lacking in that. So we'll have that in between the 2 matches. Co-main is going to be... Can we put in the co-main? I like the idea of that. It's something we're trying to build up, but I think it's a match that would be sensational. In fact, I was going to go Gable, but I kind of want to protect Gable. So let's go Generico Castagnoli. 10 minutes, simple match. Generico wins. Steal the show. Just make that match absolutely outstanding. But what we'll do is we'll have Gable before the show, before the match, cut a promo on Cody. It's a bit of bragging rights. Keeps him happy. And I'm going to have Moxley as a guest commentator because I don't know what to do with him yet with his next title defence. And we'll finish with that match there. So who's losing a minute to their match? Pete Dunne and Evil Uno. Southwest we've done in March. Southeast we haven't booked since November actually, so let's give them a good All Elite Wrestling show. So it'll be 4,000 to 5,000. Always just try and keep it close to what the expected attendance is going to be, minimise loss. Let's go for the Alico Arena. Hopefully get a sellout in Fort Myers, Florida. Just want to make sure announcers should just be Excalibur and Morrow. So we'll lose a few points for the experience, but that will build up over the next 6 months, and hopefully Morrow's in the company for the next 10 years of his contract, so then we have an established announce team at one point. Let's see, so Seema's Well, Cena's gone, so even if he is unhappy, he's gone. Jericho will be interesting to see if MD goes for him. That's cool. Let's book it. Let's see what happens. Pete Dunne v Evil Uno. Dunne wins in 7:24 with a bitter end. 40 for Dunne, at 26 for Evil Uno. Should have probably done Pete Dunne against Stu Grayson actually. But D minus 36, and Evil Uno does improve. Adam Cole comes out, cuts a promo on Pete Dunne, gets the crowd hotter. It's a C minus 53. Those two, as I say, will collide at the April pay-per-view to be confirmed. I'm going to have to just sit and properly get a name for the stable and get a name for pay-per-views as well. That might be a sellout, 4,633. Could be pretty decent. Music video hyping up Chelsea Green's an E minus 21. Just try to continually get her over. And then a terrible match, it was the Lovelace cousins defeating Ali and Kaylee Ray, not Kaylee Ray, in 5:54 when Heidi wins with the Heidi Ho. That was a D minus 36. Ali was off her game. The spoiled brat gimmick for Aurora was very good, as was the old school heel cocky for Heidi Lovelace. But you can see there, even the mixture of popularity and performance, the Lovelace cousins far superior. So that's good. I thought Liv would struggle because of our lack of technical ability. Certainly got it from a popularity and a character, but maybe not as much that, but that's decent. And the promo was a fairly acceptable D43. You can certainly build them up. That's more depth to the women's roster. Gable's promo got the crowd hot again. C59 bragging about that win over Cody. And El Generico against Castagnoli. Good wrestling, decent reaction, and a win for Generico in 9:49 with a brainbuster. A B minus 72. Got the crowd buzzing. A 78 for Generico and a 57 for Claudio. It frustrates me in every save that he gets very quickly a declining physical ability because he is still a ridiculous specimen. Moxley coming down for colour comms was a B minus 75 to scout who could be facing him next for the All Elite Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. And the main event was Great Wrestling Good Heat. Lethal and Punk defeat Jericho and Ray Phoenix in 14:22 when Lethal defeated Jericho with a Hail to the King. Best man in the match was Punk, followed by Phoenix, then Lethal and Jericho. As I say, Jericho will probably start to phase down the card because of his declining physical ability and because of his age. It'll properly hit him in game, despite in real life it not really hitting him. So just a C plus 68. So despite two good main events, maybe the promo before the co-main wasn't great, the show opener wasn't great, so maybe we weren't quite there, and the lack of obviously an announced team that's still learning probably affected us as well. So in terms of booking matches, that is us, but we still have to check Mania, and we'll do a company size comparison, but that'll be after Mania as well, just in case any of the developments at the end of the month and the reset affects us. Overall, not bad. We know what works, we know what doesn't work, but we really do need to start getting a developmental soon. I just felt because I've signed so many people, I'm not making the profit I was making in TNA. So Raw get 4,312. We actually get a bigger attendance than Raw. Is the war going to begin soon? A couple more relocations. Time to heal for Punk. That's fine. Give a wee break. Jericho likes Pete Dunne, and the TV rating 0.92. Still yet to break that 1.0 rating. Frustrating. Grado to re-sign? Do we bring in Grado? Oh, we certainly won't be doing that. Humberto Carrillo wins the United States title from Eric Young. WWE AI booking for you there. And John Cena re-signs for another 2 years, and Boy number 2 is rejected by Ring of Honor. And Jessamine Duke wins her MMA fight. I'd be hesitant to bring them in just on the basis of that. Fucking hell, so many people with morale issues, it's not even minor. We're going to have to lose a lot of money on that. That's one thing I'm aiming to learn in 2020 is manage my roster better. Because this seems I've basically ignored my lower card. It's effectively my main event, my upper mid card, and then as long as my women's division's pretty solid, I'm happy. Just wait till we sign Dana Brooke and Dana Brooke becomes like world champion. We'll book her like a star again. Dolph Ziggler is carrying the entire WWE by himself. It should have been me, as he would say. Michael Nakazawa relocates. This is interesting. Bright House is only 1 month to go. Our pay-per-view deal. So we'll work on that. So at the moment, we are just covering the States in the late evening. What I want to know first and foremost is, would you adjust my time slot to prime time? No, so that's the highest we could get at the moment. So I'll go broadcasters. USA. Pay-per-view. So Bright House is medium across the world, across the States. Medium again. Cable One small, big. We could try a big company and see what we can do. I think in the interest of realism, negotiate with Time Warner. It does push us to probably have to get really good shows though. We would be on a weaker time slot though. A really weak time slot. Afternoon, I think we will stick to where we are. Unless one of the, in fact, they're neutral. Is there anybody that's for wrestling? Or are they all just neutral? Highly pro, but it's tiny. So I'm going to try, say Charter for example, would they offer us prime time? No. So what that tells me is, for just now, just stick to Bright House. Extend deal for events, that's fine. We'll just extend it for another 3 months. Nothing massive. Basic. Wanted to try and help us grow a wee bit there, but not to be, unfortunately. Gotten, but it is what it is. Amount of moral players that are watching Biggie play tonight. Shows what a character he is, man. Nothing really affecting us there. As I say, we've already put the deal in place for the Bright House Network, so don't need to worry about that. I'm really curious to know how badly they book WrestleMania though. Get a feeling it's going to be shocking. You could argue we never gave him a chance. Just looking at Instagram there, Marty Scurll. We will bring Marty in at one point. WWE rejection. We're not even going to sign Asuka. We're going to sign Kana. We're going to get Kana. You fucking damn right we're signing Kana. We do need to offer a written deal. We just need, well, I'll give you a 2-year paper appearance deal. Aye. She is going to come in, her dominant babyface, and she's going to put fuck out to everybody. Yes. WWE don't want to keep her, man. Oh my god. Straight on that. Marina Shafir's going to get a new contract. Get your husband working for us. I did say we needed to kind of balance out and have more dominant female wrestlers on the face side. Well, I don't think you can get much more of somebody that we can push in a dominant way than Kana. Well, if we push her our way and the NXT way, not the what you see in WWE presently. I'm just going to have some division. I was talking also looking at bringing in Sienna. Could have had somebody that's really dominant. I don't like the fact that said processing contracts Fergal Devitt and Shelton Benjamin, because if Devitt becomes available, we're going to jump at it. Jason Jordan. I think he's retired in this, isn't he? No, let's go as an active wrestler. So Seema's gone from us. That'll give us a wee bit more positivity backstage. Let me just check that. I swear to God, I saw Devitt and I saw Shelton. Maybe it comes up. Maybe it expires soon, but I'll be jumping over that signing as well. Some people you just have to sign. Yeah, so that's fine, and that's just Seema gone. So a bit disappointing to lose him, but at the same time, even though we gave him a good win just there, it does increase our backstage rating to 100, so that's good. And Sam and Generico doing karaoke has helped. So we'll process on, and we'll be in the stream after we get to the 1st of April. But as I say, we've got a lot to cover before then, so we'll see what pops up. So again, because we've processed a month, it will take a wee bit of time just to do the usual end of month stuff to the database. Tour preparation for Noah, for Stardom, and obviously you've got WrestleMania. I'm just dreading what they've booked for Mania. It was so bad. Oh, an injury for AJ Styles apparently. So we'll start off with WrestleMania 35. So WrestleMania 35 saw 16,695. Of course, they don't book it in a stadium. Interestingly, their buy rate is 0.50, so we know for a fact in terms of pay-per-views, it's a 0.50, and we're at 0.11, I'd say, so a good bit to go. So pay-per-view is not over in this particular mod. B-72, so our shows have been better. So WrestleMania 36 sees Seth Rollins continue to be the Universal Champion as he defeated The Big Show in the main event. Jesus. AJ Styles defeated Shelton Benjamin and Tyler Breeze. Brian Kendrick retained the Intercontinental Championship against Mustafa Ali, and Bayley was unsuccessful in challenging Sonya Deville for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We had a backstage brawl between Kofi, Corbin and Ziggler. Carmella defeated Sasha Banks to retain the Raw Women's Championship. And Tony Nese defeated the United States Champion Humberto Carrillo to retain the WWE Cruiserweight title. Grand Metalik defeated Keith Lee by DQ. Kalisto defeated Akira Tozawa. Rezar defeated Jack Gallagher, Punishment Martinez and Tino Sabatelli in a fatal 4-way. Cassius Ohno defeated Apollo Crews in the opener. And your pre-show match at WrestleMania was Heavy Machinery against Epico and Primo. Shite then. So AJ has a strange latimus dorsi. Mania was great and got a lot of praise, so that's not too bad. Although the attendance 16,000, I'd be aiming for like 70,000 shows at one point. They just need to take the company back to a good level, because obviously it's not too over in this, because wrestling's quite And WWE are not going to give a contract to Aleister Black. Again, don't want to just sign WWE guys, but there's a chance to sign Tommy End, so I think we'll be giving him a 1-year pay-per-appearance deal because it's Tommy End. DDT are offering to Sami Callihan. He's already rejected that. None of them are written, so that's fine. Stardom have offered a contract to Kana. I'm assuming that won't be written, so I don't see what we've got to worry about. Touring contract will be fine. She'll be a All Elite Wrestling superstar. Or wrestler, I don't know if I call them superstars. We actually made our biggest profit this month, so the 2 pay-per-views did work to an extent. Ticket sales are far up because I was going to say because of the 2 events, but we didn't really sell a lot in Japan. But obviously 2 pay-per-views is pretty much where we gained more profit from. Good ticket sales, everything else is kind of the same. Workers were a bit high because obviously we had to fly people to Japan. But that's good, 700,000 profit since we started the save. We're in a good way. So the last thing I want to check before we call it quits for tonight is size. I was going to check creative meeting there, but we'll just leave it. And we'll crack straight into importance and look at our comparison chart. So tonight we've gained 1 in the Great Lakes, 2 points in the Mid-Atlantic region, 1 in the Mid-South, 4 in the Midwest, 2 in New England, 1 in the Northwest, stayed the same in the Southeast, 2 points in the Southwest, 2 points in the Tri-State, 2 points each respectively in Puerto Rico and Hawaii. So not bad, but the decline in industry does look like it is going to affect us. So I'm going to call it quits there. Thanks for watching, much appreciated. Hope you did enjoy the stream this evening. There might be something later on, but I doubt it. Going to be playing a few games tonight, so I'll maybe just do them off stream. But just keep an eye on your notifications. I say if you did enjoy what you see, if you just hit the wee follow button, that just gives you a notification when I'm going to go live, because I don't really have a schedule, just at random points on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You might see me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but unlikely. And again, notification will give you an idea of exactly what I'm streaming. Apart from that, just watching, much appreciated. If you are watching on demand on YouTube, you can catch the streams on twitch.tv/21Maxwell. You can follow me on pretty much every social media at 21Maxwell. I am on that for Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, all under that. If you like pop vinyls, then I definitely recommend the Instagram. And if you're in the UK and know where I can get cheap ones, let me know. But yeah, just watching. Much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your evening. There'll be a few people hosted over the course of the night as well. Probably Lemmy. If you like comedy, 100% check that out. But yeah, peace, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Ciao.